There is, thank you. Yeah. I should know these things.
Jay, Oliver, Guy, dude, you were about to say that? I've known you for a while.
Actually, in the world, like, you know, you could get like, I don't know, contraband from Nocturne Alley. Like, that's the place for that. And Diagon Alley is where the legitimate stuff is. I've totally lost track of what the question is.
They were just curious about your opinion on abortion, taxes, and religion.
Have you given
You guys having a good time?
Yes.
Absolutely. Man, thank you so much. Appreciate it a lot. Hi.
This is so fun.
I'm just so excited to meet you guys. Let's see if I can actually put this. Through all the 8 films that you guys did, what is the favorite thing you guys got to do through all the films?
It's like saying, what's your favorite day as a child? It's tough to pick one that's like, that was the best day, everything went right that day. I know it doesn't suit the parameters of the soundbite that you're looking for, but really it was like every day. Every experience in a weird way. Spending one-on-one time with Jason, spending time in the Great Hall with everyone, being strapped to a broomstick for 4 hours. It was all excellent. It was all superb. I don't look back at any single day or moment with anything but utter happiness and joy. Yeah, I'm very lucky.
How about you, Jason, though? Is there anything that you can take away that you think stood out more than anything?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got two in a way. Working with Tom, meeting Tom.
Whacking me with your stick.
But meeting this fabulous, gorgeous little boy who it's true. And getting to sit next to him today, and other times it was a magical thing. But if you ask me if I had to pick one day, it would be my very first day doing a proper scene. I've been in and done what they call second unit, which is not the main filming unit, and watched a tennis ball on a stick. And some third assistant going, right, we're chasing the blodger, there's a blodger, now the snitch is coming with the blodger, and Harry's dad's got the low end.
It's remarkably crap.
But my first proper day, if anyone comes to the Q&A tomorrow, I'm going to tell you now, it's a long story, but my first proper day, I remember every single detail so vividly, because it was just magical, and I got to work with the late, great Richard Harris, who was it was such a fabulous day, so full of so many memorable things, that I ended up thinking, this is going to be awesome. and so it turned out to be for the next decade.
Wow, that's great. The realization as an adult, you know, young people, say, oh my God, I get to do this, but you were a seasoned actor before, and still get that kind of a thrill after being in the industry.
I'll give you one tiny example. So my first proper day was shooting the last bit of Chamber of Secrets, where I'm chucked out of Dumbledore's office, kind of humiliated. And there's various things that went into it that I will possibly bore you with if you've heard them before, but I will tell you for the first time tomorrow. But as I left the room for the first rehearsal, Chris Columbus shouted out, he goes, okay, let's do it again. Jason, when you go out of the door, you want to shut the door behind you? And I said, yeah, sure. Or could I just like wave my hand and it shuts by magic? And he went, sure. Oh my God.
Great. Okay. You cool? You good? All right. Thank you, dear. Hi.
Hi. My question was, what was your favorite thing to do when you were on set but weren't filming?
Don't ask the twins that question.
What's your favorite legal thing to do?
We actually, I remember once we went to we were asked to go and present an award at the Kid BAFTA Awards. So it's for the BAFTA Films for Everything in like the children's category. And Lego sponsored it. So we got a boatload of Lego, literally. So there was James, Rupert and myself, and we literally made a, 15-minute stop-motion Lego film. Yeah. And
is it on YouTube? Can anybody find it?
I don't know if we still got it or not, but we spent...
Find it!
literally like 5 months to it. But like every now and then we'd put one frame.
No, he didn't know what I did. Oliver decided to leave a photo accidentally in this thing, but it's literally a photo of Oliver on the night with the BAFTA like this. So halfway through this Lego video, which we were quite proud of, all of a sudden it popped up. So,
Yes, we tried to get them to put it in the DVD extras, but the chap just wasn't receptive to it for some reason. Yeah. Apparently people want to see how the special effects work instead, but never mind.
How about you guys?
Well, there was a big canteen at this place. There were 3,000 people who worked there, and most people had to pay for the food, obviously, because they just didn't feed that many people. We didn't have to pay for it. So I remember, and it wasn't just a canteen, it was like a candy store as well. They had amazing chocolate and desserts. And so I would just get stuff for other people and just go in and go, oh, I'd like 27 bars of butterscotch chocolate. And I'd take this, hand them out to people who normally had to pay, and then go back to my trailer and lie there and eat chocolate. The things I want to tell you what my kids liked to. My kids would come and visit. They were very little. They don't remember anything about the films at all. And the only reason they wanted to come and visit is because in the trailers we had a toilet that flushed with your feet. And they wanted to come to work just so they could get toilet paper, stuff it on there and flush with the people there. Which, by the way, is a very good idea. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Tom?
Yeah, it's a good point. The foot system really was quite satisfactory. It was actually like another demonstration. Wait, what was the question?
On your downtime, what did you do?
Well, yeah, it's another thing. 99% of the day is downtime. We really only film for a very small amount of time. People still get mystified that, are you and Harry friends? It's like, yeah, we're only enemies for a very small part of the day. I guess it changed year to year. I was often getting something banned by the health and safety guy, like rollerblades, skateboards. He banned my remote control car. I was like, why? Because I might drive it into myself. Break my ankle by my own.
Something else that people don't realise, I think, is that you guys, maybe you less, all the younger people in Harry Potter went to school at Harry Potter. That was the school. They had to build the whole school. And because of the child labour laws, when they weren't in front of the camera, they went to school. So they do a scene, they got cut. Instead of hanging around like us and telling stories eating chocolate, they went to school.
It's so crap, man. 3 hours in Hogwarts and then 3 hours in a room by yourself with some guy teaching you stuff that you just don't really want to know. Yeah. That was, someone asked me earlier, that's one of the bad memories. Even that was quite fun. Thank you for your question, lovely.
Thank you, dear. Hi.
Hi, I'd just like to start on how much I appreciate that you guys were a part of this franchise. This franchise has really impacted my life, especially bringing my dad and I closer. And to start off with my question, since the 4 of you were sorted into either Gryffindor or Slytherin in the movies, what house do you think you guys would be sorted into in real life?
Slytherin. Gryffindor on, what's it called? Yeah, it was a devastating day for me, that was.
Oh God, once you're bad, you stay bad, huh? Is that what it is? How about you, Jason?
The devil has all the best tunes. I would hope I'd be Slytherin. Yeah.
Fortunately, I was sorted into Gryffindor on Potter, which is good because I've already got your uniform. And I was actually sorted into Hufflepuff.
It's a lot of Hufflepuff people.
Ranger tonight, aren't they?
Wow. Somebody's outnumbered, I think. Is that good? Got it?
Good, thank you.
Thank you, love.
There's Robert.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
My question is for all of you guys. In the final battle of Hogwarts, who would you have personally chosen to have die?
Careful.
Death Eater number 4.
I wanted to die, actually. It was getting towards the end of the film, and the director who directed the last four of them was constantly coming up and going, what should we do with Lucius at the end? What should we do? Because they changed the end of the film a lot from the book, because the book had about 15 pages about where the wand came from, which is not very filming. So they were trying to tie up all these things. He kept saying, what should we do? And I'm like, kill me. Thank you. So how about everything I came up with? He said, well, that's actually happening to Bellatrix. So what about this? He goes, well, that's actually happening to... And all the good endings were gone. And so then I came up with this notion that he liked, and when we filmed, which is that when everybody charges in with Voldemort, and he goes, charge, Narcissa and Draco are leaving, and I'm kind of stuck in the middle, not knowing which way to go, and all the Death Eaters trampled over me, their feet went out first. And they did a close-up of my face with all the feet trampling on me. I wanted to get trampled to death, but I found I could just be trampled. And then he came to me 2 days later. He went, I'm so sorry, I'm such an idiot. I forgot. Harry and Voldemort land in the courtyard about 2 minutes later. We can't use that. So we very quickly snatched that bit of me in the doorway, not knowing which way to go. But anyway, I wanted a spectacular death. Didn't get it.
Tom?
Hermione? I'm kidding. I love that. Yeah, I think it's perfect as it is, but that was just a comical answer.
Yeah, we had a young Hermione fan. Where are you? There.
Well, that's on YouTube.
It's
already there on YouTube. Hermione was
He didn't mean it, sweetheart. He didn't mean it. He didn't mean it.
I love you. I'm not in real life, I promise.
What's the title?
Sorry, I didn't realize we had youngsters in the house. Excuse my French.
Oh my God. Best answer in the world. Hi. Are we on this side now? I forget. Yeah, we're this side. Okay. Hi.
Hi. So this, oh my. This is I guess mostly for Tom and Jason. You know when you're a kid in school and sometimes you spend so much time with your teacher that you'll accidentally call them mom, and then you're like, oh. Jason, did Tom ever call you daddy? Tom, what was the most awkward moment for you, and why was it the Voldemort hug?
Well, let's work on the one question that we're asking.
They're related.
Yeah. Can we just go over to here now? I don't know where to start with you.
I'll be here all weekend, guys.
No.
What was the question again? There's so many.
Have you ever
Do
called
you call him daddy?
Yes. Yes, frequently. Only behind closed doors. I've never called Jason.
Put those phones down. Put those phones down.
No, I've never called him daddy. I call him dad, and I still do every day. And I asked him last week, I was like, is that still okay? Is that awkward? And he said,
I should be so lucky to have a son like Tom.
yeah, I still call him dad. Right, this is my second dad.
I'm assuming you had children when he was of age or young age?
I did. I just had a baby. Went back. They were so nice on the first Harry Potter film. Woo for babies! Everyone's had a baby. It's not a big deal. It's very easy to do. Anyway, I'm not giving birth. Obviously, it's very challenging. I'm sure.
Can we have a volunteer from the audience, please?
What I meant was they were so nice that my wife was doing this scheduled around. They gave me just jig the schedule around so that I could be home from her. But the truth is that I did. We had just this lovely relationship. Tom's got a dad who's a fabulous man, but at work I felt like I wanted to take care of him in some way because he was, we had a lot of scenes together. And, it's a strange environment. He's around, there are a lot of young people with each other, but when we're doing scenes together, there aren't any other young people. It was just him and me, and I felt like I wanted to build a bubble around him, and
it was lovely.
I had a great time.
You were a lot of fun. A lot of fun. He always had gadgets and stories and
Bad magic. I do.
all sorts of fun stuff. And it was great. He was such a rule breaker that, you know, when they're getting ready to film, they say, rolling! And they go, quiet on the set, phones off. And usually when that happens, actors generally shut up and they prepare in some way for the scene. Jason's still rambling his great story about how he was, you know, halfway down a Chinook on Black Hawk Down or whatever. And literally, the moment it turns into action, he turns into the most miserable sod you've ever met. And really violent, very physical. I got hurt several times, only at the hands of this man.
Yeah, that's why you still want to be in Slytherin, because of the influence you got from that man.
Well, yeah, truth be told, like he had influenced me massively as a young man, as much as an actor, and yeah, we were very lucky. The whole cast, I think, it sounds cheesy as hell, but I can speak for all of us when we say we're a pretty tight bunch.
We're heading towards the end of this, and
Thank you,
well, we got a little bit of time, but I need for them to answer this very sensitive question, depending on how long it takes, but it needs to be asked before everyone leaves the room. Mr. Alan Rickman, your experiences, anything you can tell us in terms of his unfortunate passing. I know it's sensitive and probably, but it's heavy.
So it's obviously, I don't know, it's a strange question because it happens sometimes in public. Obviously, Alan Rickman was a lovely man and a brilliant actor, and he died, and it's a terrible tragedy. There isn't anything else that feels weird and exploitational to talk about for me.
I got two very quick stories on Alan. I'm sorry to jump in, but they stick in my mind. Night shooting on the sixth film, Hagrid's heart was on fire. Really hadn't had the courage to say much more than "Morning, Alan" to Alan for like 6 years. You know? 'Cause he kind of stayed in character a bit as well. He was quite a scary chap for a young kid. But eventually, after standing next to him for half an hour in silence while they line up the shot, I just said, "Are you alright, Alan? Everything okay?" And he waited for like 10 seconds, as Alan does, and just says, "I've peaked." I left it at that. Now, I didn't laugh because it wasn't funny to me at the time, but in retrospect, I can see he was totally just fucking with me. It's funny. That and the time we were all leaving the Great Hall, him, I, and a few other Death Eaters, and he has a long cloak or cape that Snakes wears, and it drapes like a wedding dress. And the director wanted us in a sort of goose-like V formation, marching down the middle of the Great Hall. And before we even started, Alan can see the predicament coming. He turns around, I'll give the sensitive version here. He said, "Don't step on my effing cloak." And we all sort of laughed, going, "Ah, he's funny." And then he turned back and was like, "He's deadly serious." And of course, first take, not looking at the floor, just looking forward, because the director wanted me as close as I could be to him. About 10 paces down, step, ripped it at the neck. I was terrified. But overall, absolutely lovely man. Witty like you've never met or seen before. And the only actor from the entire cast that I knew his work before actually going to, still is actually, sorry mate, I still haven't seen. But no, as the Sheriff of Nottingham in Robin Hood. That's like one of the early villainous roles that I think I looked at and was like, I want to do that role. That's it. I want to eat your heart out with a spoon. Yeah, I love him, he's great.
Great. Boys, anything you can add? I know you said stuff earlier, but...
Yeah, no, I think we're good.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay. We can do maybe 2 more questions. I think we're good for. Are you guys okay for 2 more? Yep.
3.
You're 3? Right. 3. This side. Hi.
Hi. My question was for the twins mainly. What was it like, since I knew you guys read the books before you started filming? What was it like reading about Fred's death?
Spoiler alert, just spoiler alert. What was it like filming?
I always thought it was a bit. I was reading the 7th book, reading along, like reading what happened to George. And I was like, oh no, he loses his ear. kept reading. Oh well, okay. James, on the other hand, it may have been a bit more.
Yeah, it was a bit different for when I read it.
At least it wasn't in the first book.
No, that's one giving thing. At least I was able to do 8 films to that point. I told this story briefly before, but basically I only found out whilst reading the book, and I was actually in Japan at the time. And I was on the bullet train in Japan. I don't know why I did that. I guess it was.
You were hitchhiking.
I was hitchhiking. But I'm sitting down, I'm reading it, and then I haven't turned my phone on in 2 days because I want to read everything before someone tells me what happens. And literally, as I'm reading what happens to Fred, the ticket man comes around asking for the tickets. And so I get to the part where Fred doesn't make it, and I'm literally like, ah. And then I'm surprised about what's happened. I'm also surprised how I'm surprised that I'm feeling surprised. And so I'm all caught up in all different emotions at the time, while this guy comes over to... Ticket! 1 second. Oh, ticket! He's like, mate, I've just died here. Let me just figure this out. And he was like... Gaijin, which is like white man got cracking into water. Yeah, so I guess I was more... I didn't realise how attached I'd become to the character until I actually read that part, which again was quite a surprising thing, but I was surprised.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, we'll go back to this side.
Hello. So my question is for everyone, and I was wondering if you guys have any special secret talents that you could share with us.
I know Jason is a remarkable belly dancer. I feel like if we get enough applause, go! No one's belly dancing. Special skills that you don't know about. Quite good with dogs. And I like skateboarding, and I'm quite good with the yo-yo.
Here's a weird thing. So I moved when I was a kid, at about the age when I met you. I moved 11 from Liverpool to London, and I became good at all those things that people can practice if you don't have friends. And so I became very good at magic, origami, yo-yo, skateboarding, darts, things you can practice by yourself, basically. So I have a whole bunch. I'm quite good at lots of things, and not very good at anything. So I didn't realise that you did yo-yo.
I'm spotting a trend here. And darts, I love darts.
It's one of the reasons. I'm sure it's one of the reasons I became an actor. That I wasn't that comfortable being myself in crowds, but I was very comfortable being somebody else. But I always I was doing magic on the set all the time when you were little.
He was. Terrible magic.
I'm quite good at being lucky when mishitting a golf ball in my back garden. So in my back garden, I've got a pop-up impact net, so you can basically smack real golf balls and it'll miss it. However, I learned that if I use anything lower than a 9-iron, like a pitching wedge or a sand iron, it actually clears the net. And one day I hit the ball and just saw it miss the net, sail over the neighbours, and it went far. It went about 150 yards, and that's where another road intersects at the end. So like a kid, I dropped the club and ran inside. And then about half an hour later, I thought, I should go see if I've killed anyone. So I casually strolled down, and then luckily there was no one around, and then saw the house what it landed in was in their front yard, in between this guy's brand new Range Rover, brand new plate, shiny everything, and the front door, and he's got a flower bed, and he was sitting in this flower bed. I thought, is that cheeky if I go and get the ball? I didn't, luckily I left it, so hopefully no one's recorded that. That would be my very loosely talent.
Awesome.
A very lucky talent.
Very lucky talent, yeah. Better to be lucky than good, though.
True. Mine would be, again, doing things when you're on your own. I learned this when we were filming because you weren't, like Tom saying, health and safety were very hot on what you can and can't do. But I actually learned to juggle a golf ball with a club, so I can do that about 200-300 times. Very boring.
That's all.
If anyone's got to spare 5 or 6 hours, I'll show you tomorrow.
Awesome. All right, thank you, ma'am. And the absolute last question of the evening.
No pressure, this is going to be really fucking good.
All right, so I'm terribly nervous. I'm not going to ask a question, I'm going to just say thank you to James and Oliver Phelps. I had the privilege of meeting you guys back in 2011 when you first made your first appearance, and you helped me out in a way that words can never express. I was very nervous and in the closet. I had a crush on James because he had that jacket on at the same time. And I admitted it to him, and he was very kind along with Oliver, and they gave me a hug after, and it helped me come out the closet 5 years later, and it made me be so proud to be who I am.